Welcome back to our channel for your daily dive into the wild and crazy world of Genoa City. Today is a beautiful Tuesday, and we have a massive update to unpack right now. So grab your coffee, settle in, and let us get straight into this absolute mess of a storyline. And let me tell you, things are getting completely out of hand with the Winters family, because Lily Winters is going through absolute hell right now, and it just never seems to stop for her. First, she had to deal with the whole fake kidnapping thing with Victor Newman, and Devin screaming at her and calling it a moral collapse, and Nate icing her out, and now Malcolm is back in town. But he is dying. He has aplastic anemia. It is a terrifying diagnosis, and Lily just wants to save him. She wants to be the hero for her father, but she cannot. Because her past cancer treatments completely disqualified her from donating bone marrow, so she is sitting there feeling completely helpless, crying on Tracy Abbott's shoulder, feeling like she is failing her family again. And you know how it is when people get desperate. Desperate people start digging. They start looking for miracles, looking for any medical loophole or alternative treatment to save the people they love. But what Lily finds instead is a massive, dirty secret. So let us talk about Dr. Stephanie Simmons for a second, because I never fully trusted her return. She just pops back into town right when Malcolm is sick. And she drops this massive bomb that Holden Novak is his son, a secret son from decades ago, and she plays the guilt-ridden mother so perfectly, sitting there at Crimson Lights, talking about the old days, reminiscing about how Drusilla and Olivia thought they were a perfect match back in the 90s, but it was all a show, a complete and utter scam. Because Lily already proved Holden is not Malcolm's biological son. She ran that secret second DNA test, the one that came back negative for paternity, so Lily already knew Stephanie was lying. But she didn't know why. Why lie about a dying man's son? Why put Holden through this emotional torture? Well, now we finally know the truth. And surprise, surprise, it is always about the money. And here is exactly how it happens. Lily is up late, probably exhausted, and running on fumes, digging through old medical files and records trying to find something, anything, to help Malcolm survive this illness, searching for any clue about his condition or past treatments. And she accidentally stumbles onto some old documents. But these are not just medical papers, they are financial ones, documents that should never have been mixed up in those files. Or maybe they were hidden there on purpose by someone who got sloppy. And these documents blow the whole mystery wide open, because they show that Dr. Stephanie Simmons has been profiting big time from hiding Holden's true identity all these years. This is not just a case of a frightened mother keeping a secret to protect her kid, or a woman not wanting to ruin Malcolm's rising career back in the day. No, this is a calculated, cold-blooded financial crime. So let us break down what Lily actually found in those files. The documents point directly to a massive trust fund, a huge inheritance, and it is tied directly to Holden's real identity. But Holden never saw a single dime of it, because Stephanie kept him completely in the dark. She hid who his real father actually was, and by doing that, she somehow managed to siphon off the money. Or maybe she got a massive payout to keep quiet, and she has been living off this dirty secret for decades, while Holden grew up thinking a man named Jerry was his dad, and then recently thinking Malcolm was his dad. All a lie, all a giant smokescreen so Stephanie could keep her hands on a massive pile of cash, and it just makes you sick to even think about it. A respected doctor, a mother, doing this to her own flesh and blood for a paycheck. But Lily is smart. She is looking at these papers, and the pieces are finally clicking together in her brain. The timeline, the payouts, the sudden return to Genoa City. Stephanie didn't come back just because Malcolm was sick. She came back because the walls are starting to close in on her, or maybe the money is finally running out. And Lily realizes the sheer magnitude of this betrayal. This isn't just about Malcolm's broken heart anymore. This is about Holden being robbed of his entire life, his inheritance, his true family, whoever they actually are. And Stephanie just sat there and watched him cry at society, watched him break down and open up to Claire Newman about how lost he felt, and she did absolutely nothing. Because protecting the trust fund was more important than protecting her own son's sanity. And this brings up a huge, terrifying question. If Holden is not Malcolm's son, and there is a massive trust fund involved, then who is the real father? Who is the powerful figure in Genoa City that Holden is actually connected to? Because remember, Holden already found that hidden box of old letters. He knows there is a dark secret. He knows Malcolm was involved in some serious crime or cover-up before he was born, and Holden is being stalked and threatened right now because he started snooping. And it clearly all ties back to this money. Did this powerful, dangerous figure pay Stephanie to disappear all those years ago? Did they set up a massive trust fund to keep her quiet and keep Holden away? And Stephanie just took the cash and ran, leaving Holden totally blind to his own legacy and birthright. And Lily is sitting there staring at the proof, the signatures, the bank transfers, the legal jargon. It is all right there in black and white. So you can imagine how absolutely furious Lily is right now. She is already dealing with so much trauma and stress. The family is completely fractured. Devin is screaming at her over the Chancellor corporate drama. Nate is icing her up. They all hate Holden. They think Holden is a con artist because of his past using the Damien Kane alias and his shady ties to Kane Ashby and Audra Charles. Devin and Nate have been treating Holden like absolute garbage, but Lily has been defending him. She fought her own family to protect this guy because she thought he was her brother, and even though she knows he isn't her biological brother now, she sees that he is a massive victim in all of this. Holden is the victim of a greedy conspiracy orchestrated by his own mother, and Lily feels an intense, overwhelming need to protect him, and to expose Stephanie for the monster she truly is. But Lily knows she cannot just run into the room and start screaming wild accusations. Stephanie is a doctor. She is smart. She knows how to cover her tracks. If Lily just confronts her with a theory, Stephanie will deny it. She will spin it. She will make Lily look crazy and paranoid. So Lily is being methodical about this. She is gathering solid evidence. She is making copies of the documents. She is tracking the money trail. She wants an airtight case. She wants to nail Stephanie to the wall so hard she can never slither her way out of it. And she is doing this all while trying to keep Malcolm calm, because Malcolm is about to start his first round of chemotherapy. He is weak. He is vulnerable. A shock like this could literally kill him if it isn't handled perfectly. So Lily is preparing for war. She is getting ready to confront Stephanie face to face. And I cannot wait to see this showdown happen. Because Lily Winters does not hold back when her family is threatened, and even though Holden isn't blood, he is innocent in this twisted game. Stephanie used Malcolm's illness as a convenient cover story. She dragged a dying man into her financial web of lies just to protect her payout, and Lily is going to rip her apart for it. I can just picture the scene playing out. Lily walking up to Stephanie, throwing the financial documents on the table, and watching the color completely drain from Stephanie's face. No more lies. No more fake nostalgia about the 90s. Just the cold, hard truth about the trust fund and the stolen inheritance. And let us take a moment to think about poor Holden, because his reality is just tragic right now. He is in so much danger. He is being stalked by whoever this powerful figure is. He is terrified. He is reaching out to Stephanie for answers, and she is just dodging his calls. And soon he is going to find out that his mother sold his birthright for a paycheck. He missed out on a massive inheritance, a whole different life of privilege, because Stephanie wanted the cash for herself. How do you even recover from that kind of betrayal? He already got the devastating news that his bone marrow test was negative. He can't save Malcolm. And now, he is going to learn Malcolm isn't even his dad. And his mom is a thief. It is a total psychological destruction of a character. Just brutal. Totally sick. A complete disaster. And she knew. She knew the whole time. And we also have to wonder how Audra Charles fits into this mess. Because Audra is always lurking in the shadows. She eavesdropped on Holden and Claire at Society. She knows about the bone marrow test. There are massive rumors she altered Holden's test results to make them negative, just to ruin his chances of being a hero and getting closer to Claire. But what if Audra knows about the money too? What if Audra finds out about this hidden trust fund? You know she will try to blackmail Stephanie, or blackmail Holden. Audra is a shark. And if there is a massive inheritance floating around Genoa City, she is going to want a huge bite of it. Lily better move fast and expose this before Audra completely hijacks the situation for her own financial gain. So what happens when Lily finally drops the bomb? How will Devin and Nate react to the news? They have been so cruel to Holden. Will they feel guilty when they realize he was just a pawn in his mother's sick financial game? Or will they still reject him because of his past mistakes? And what about Malcolm? This is honestly the most tragic part of the whole storyline. Malcolm is fighting aplastic anemia. He thought he had a son to carry on his legacy. And it was all a lie. A lie built purely on greed. The stress of this revelation could ruin his chances of surviving the chemo. Lily is carrying the weight of the entire world on her shoulders right now. She has to expose the truth to save Holden from this stalker and get him his life back, but exposing the truth might destroy Malcolm in the process. It is an impossible choice for her to make. But Lily has clearly made up her mind. The documents do not lie. The trust fund is real. The stolen inheritance is real. And Stephanie Simmons is going to pay for what she did. The clock is ticking in Genoa City. Lily is compiling the final pieces of evidence as we speak. She is locking down the proof, and the confrontation is imminent. We are about to see one of the biggest, most explosive reveals of the year. A mother's greed, a stolen fortune, a dying man's false hope. It has all the makings of a classic soap opera disaster. And we will be here to cover every single second of the fallout. Because once Lily confronts Stephanie, nothing will ever be the same for the Winters family again. So keep your eyes peeled. Because this is going to be a bumpy ride.